around 2 hours drive south of Madrid. It's a region that's part of what's known as empty Spain, because so many young people have moved away to bigger cities and towns in search of work. But now there's a big new public art project that's seeking to draw some of these people back and also bond together the communities they left behind, as Paul Carter found out.
Made famous by Cervantes' literary descriptions of Don Quixote's travels through La Mancha, much of the landscape remains unbuilt on, with rural towns and villages dotted throughout, along with these iconic windmills. But now, this has happened. Artists have been transforming the landscape, helped by locals with learning difficulties. And the results are spectacular. These giant warehouses were built to hold grain. So far, 7 silos across the Ciudad Real province have been painted. And I'm travelling to Porthuna to help out with another. It's not hard to find.
You don't realise until you get this close to it, the actual size and scale of what they're painting. It's enormous.
The artist, Nichos, has been flown in with his team from the US, with just a week to paint the whole silo. Meanwhile, at the base, I'm starting with the basics.
I haven't painted anything since I was a kid, and that was colouring books, and I wasn't really any good at staying in the lines then either. I'm more Dick Van Dyke than Vincent van Gogh, though, to be honest.
These volunteers are from La Bovalia, a local organisation set up to help people of different abilities feel part of the community. This major project, called I Am Totanes, was their idea.
Y principalmente el objetivo de la Borbalía es eso, mejorar la calidad de la vida de las personas con discapacidad intelectual, enfermedad mental, autismo, discapacidad física, todo aquel que quiera participar y formar parte de esta gran familia que es la Borbalía.
And with this project, have you noticed a benefit and have you noticed a change in the volunteers and the people that you're working with?
Sí, la verdad que las familias bastante contentas, sobre todo porque sus hijos ya tienen aspiraciones, tienen metas de futuro, quieren más. Padres que te comentan que sus hijos no salían de su casa y ahora gente que dice que por qué se tiene que quedar, que tiene un mundo por explorar. Ya quieren experiencias de vida, quieren pintar con compañeros, conocer gente nueva, sobre todo aprender, ganas de trabajar, de realizarse como personas.
This part of the country is known as empty Spain, with rural towns like these slowly losing people to the bigger cities and failing to attract new visitors. Only 10% of the population live across 70% of the land. That's barely 14 inhabitants per square kilometre. Nichos is a world-renowned urban artist who, along with 9 others, is bringing life back to these buildings and the communities around them.
I'm very impressed by your filling job. I just got some rojo noche, so we put the drawing on top, and me and Eric are gonna help you guys doing that. There you go.
Looks like it's my turn.
You think you can get a gradient?
A gradient? Wow,
yeah,
okay. Let's give it a go. How do we do that? So is that when you
can like spray upwards?
Come from the bottom?
Yes. Oh, there we go.
Like that? Cool. Wow.
Dude, I can't teach you anything.
It's quite addictive.
Yeah, I know, right? Since you know now that you're born to spray, you know. For me, it was like I painted my first piece, and I just never stopped.
In terms of this kind of project and working with the people that we've got here, have you ever done anything like this before?
Well, not in that extent, I have to say. Like, I didn't expect that they were like that into it and have such a huge understanding. I'm so happy, you know, because I feel like we should like integrate art way more in everyone's life. I feel like in so many ways people think, okay, art is only for the rich and you have to go to the museum and see some art, but like everyone can do it. And I believe that everyone is inside somewhere an artist.
It's hoped that the work of these international artists will attract their fans and others to the region. and on hand to show you around
Nice to meet you.
are the volunteers who help paint them.
So this one is here where we are now. Okay.
Both Juan Carlos and Stephanie have learning difficulties, but with some coaxing, they were able to help me understand the paintings, having been a part of their creation themselves.
Esta pared y esta pared también.
Imágenes de Almodóvar
Okay.
y las películas de Almodóvar. Todo esas cosas.
It's hoped that with time, more volunteers will get involved to improve their confidence and social skills. The project was funded by the government of the region, and the plan is that the silos will leave a legacy beyond just being painted buildings. This one by the artist Akuda is being used to host a film festival. Coordinating and curating this massive project across almost 20,000 square kilometres are Ink and Movement, responsible for bringing these big-name artists together. But these artworks aren't universally popular across the region.
Well, that's the thing with public art. You don't have to go and find it, it finds you. And of course, you can like it or you can dislike it. But anyway, I think even though some people might not like it, it takes us to debate about something. It can be just as simple as I don't like the colors or I don't like the shape of this figure. You know, but at least they're debating about art.
The last two silos are due to be completed by the end of October. But running and cycling routes around the whole project are already in place.
What struck me in my time here, being around these silos and these artworks, is the power they have. They get people talking, and perhaps more importantly, they bring communities together and they give people a voice. We live in an Instagram generation, and if people are hoping to get young people out of the big cities and into more rural areas like this one, you need to do something big. And ultimately, you don't get much more social media friendly than something like this.